I have a passion for this sport like no other. I have love, I have dedication, and it's treated me well. It gives us a platform. It gives us a place to come out and do what we love and to share our life and our love with all of our fans out there. The fans, they're what's really keep this sport going. All the access in NHRA. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here where I'm at, because I was that kid that got to go up to the ropes and see Big Daddy Darn Girl. It's the Mark Oswalds, the Big Daddies, and Kenny Bernsteins and Joe Amatos and Dave Schultz, John Myers, all those type of people, like Bob Glidden. You go up there and see all of them. Warren Johnson. You're able to go up and see these people up close and personal. Every ticket's a pit pass, and for that gave this little kid from Chesterfield, New Jersey, just that ray of hope one day, just to go out there and do it. You know what I mean? And I never forget, man. I was at a race. I used to see John Force all the time. Was always the first one up, first one there at the track. Had his driver's suit on. And he was the last one to take his driver's suit off. He didn't take it off until he left at the end of the day. And he used to sit there and talk to everybody to the end of the day, even when he lost early. And that's what made him one of my heroes also. Like, besides him winning everything, it was just the way he took time and spend time with people. And that's somebody who I always emulated off of. So that's what makes this sport so special to me, and why I look forward to trying to carry the torch and help us get into new realms and different places.
I'll always support NHRA. I love NHRA. I do it for the fans. I do it for the legacy of Ford and racing and Tasker and my grandfather. I try to keep things real simple, Joe, and that's what motivates me. That's what gets me up in the morning, whether I'm selling Fords or flying around the country to all our dealerships. And then on Thursday night, when a lot of people are looking forward to the weekend and hanging out, maybe on a boat, I'm looking forward to getting to a racetrack to be with the fans and the teams and the sport and the guys that race with me that I love. And, the accolades and the accomplishments, to me, I don't focus on any of that. I'm worried about qualifying at Brainerd. I was on the phone with Todd and Aaron today talking about the strategy, talking about the test session on Monday. I mean, I just try to keep things real simple, Joe, and I'll let you guys worry about all the other important things.
It's just awesome. I love it. I mean, I still get the butterflies. I keep talking about how long I've been doing this. Sunday or Monday, whenever the race is, man, the butterflies are in there like big time. And I think that's part of what makes me love my job so much is, that excitement of, man, you're fixing to drive a top fuel car and you're fixing to have an opportunity to turn a wind light on. It still drives me. I'm still, every single day I'm doing something that is involved with racing that top fuel car.
I've been fortunate to have some of the greatest people around me that, I guess money can buy and begging can entice, like we've had crew chiefs and we've won with 3 different crew chiefs and really won with 4 or 5, but 3 championships, 3 different crew chiefs, had a pleasure working with Alan Johnson and Mike Green, who I got a battle against, both of them still to this day. So Dan Olson was our first crew chief. It's just small little miracles that lasted a lifetime. And, when I started racing, I was driving for the Peak Brothers, and we really didn't have a sponsor. And you really think you're going to do it just for a couple of years. I mean, how are you going to do this for your whole life? And little by little, I'm one of the few people that was lucky enough to be able to make an actual living out of it and win a lot of races and be part of some of the greatest moments literally in drag racing history.
Probably say it too much, but I know I'm in the twilight of my career. If it was a class that was full of 50, 60-year-olds, then I maybe wouldn't be in the twilight of my career, but it's full of 20 and 30-year-olds. So that's great for the sport. That's great for the future of it. I love that. But eventually they're going to push me out. I don't have any, crazy thoughts that I can stay in here forever. And 10 would be probably way too much, but it's certainly been a good run. No matter what the number ends up, that's not why I do this anyway. I do it for the day-to-day satisfaction of trying to be the best I can be and conquer the weekend and win the race. That's why I go. I go with everything that I have in my in my arsenal to try and win that race. If that ends up ending being a championship at the end of the year, then that's just great. But I live for every single race, Joe. I live for every single race win. That's what it's always been about for me.
Jim Dunn's car, because he was the first guy next to my family, the Beaver Brothers in Condit, that I used to go by the firehouse over in the City of Commerce, and his funny car would be out in the street when he was getting ready to go up to Sacramento. And I just fell in love with him. You know, firemen work all day and then go drive all night and go racing. And I just loved it. And I just, when I see him out there, he just talk about giving their life to the sport. Connie Coletta, Jim Dunn, they're still out there because they love it. And I love it. And it's NHRA Drag Racing is an addiction. Trust me.
I love it too.